Hey gang, John Logan here. Today is October the 29th, so we've had a good idea of what October has done in terms of Bitcoin. And just so you know, this video is really aimed at my folks that are into asset number 4 of the 7 asset formula, which is cryptocurrency and especially Bitcoin. I am also a moderator on a couple of crypto-centric communities on Facebook, so I will put the links to those in the description below. But the reason I was making this video is because a friend of mine sent me this. And I had to laugh because we generally call October Uptober when it's in the bull run, because in general October has always hit the all-time high. Now, that said, most cases it also finishes higher than the previous month. So, you know, that's why it's generally called Uptober. But the interesting piece of this is he's comparing it to 2021, and 2025 has been kind of lean. It's just to give you an idea. This is the chart for a monthly chart for Bitcoin for the last couple of months. Obviously, and this is a little deceptive because this is showing this candle as being September when it's really October was when the all-time high was hit on October the 5th. So let's kind of use this as the reality. But you can see obviously it did not finish up. I mean, it hit up in terms of the all-time high, yeah, but it also went down to numbers that we haven't seen for 4 months. So, you know, it kind of finished either, when you look at it, this one or this one, it doesn't matter. It finished right in the center, which is, you know, not exactly Uptober. Now, what he's comparing it to was the previous cycle when it hit 69,000 in October of 2021. But let's take a look at that. So here's the charts for 2021, and you can see this is September, here's October. Now, of course, yes, it did hit the new all-time high, but it didn't exactly finish up. It's a red candle, so it means it didn't go higher than the previous month in terms of where it ended up. And in fact, that's when the downward trend actually started. So, you know, why is it called Uptober? Well, just to give you an idea for, you know, people that are long in the tooth in Bitcoin like me, previous cycles have always been really good in October. And this is, for example, this is 2017. So, you know, you can see not only did it hit the all-time high for that cycle, it also finished up. And, you know, November wasn't all that bad, but again, it started a downward trend. So what does that tell us? Does that tell us that, yeah, this 126 that we hit in October is the new all-time high for this cycle, and that's it? You know, here's my thoughts on that. Last cycle, I was of the persuasion that Bitcoin was going to hit $100,000 last cycle. It didn't, obviously. It went up to 69,000 and then kind of tailed off after that. So I was wrong. This cycle, I've been pegging it for years. I've been pegging it at 177 as the new all-time high. Am I wrong again? Chances are, yes, I am, and I fully admit it. However, might it do something different this cycle? Good question. Lots and lots of people have been saying that this bull run is going to extend into 2026, mainly because it's a little different in terms of the ETFs being introduced and such a wide adoption in terms of countries that are buying Bitcoin for reserves and you know, big corporations that are doing the same thing. So is this really going to be different than previous cycles? Historically, it does not look that way. Historically, again, October all-time high, November kind of starts to tail off, and down we go. So here's the thing I'm going to tell everybody. If the first week of November we don't see any sort of bounce up and down, I mean, reality tells us that even though it's consolidating at, I don't know, what is it, like 113 or something this morning, it's, you know, chances are we may have hit the all-time high. So just be cautious with that. If you're thinking about selling at the high, you might want to, close out some of your position right now. So just FYI on that one. We'll know in a couple weeks.